Last night, in Game 3 of the NBA West Finals, the Los Angeles Clippers made a comeback that had the whole NBA world talking. Paul George was spectacular, and Reggie Jackson had the game of his life. Devin Booker and Chris Paul last night had some struggles out on the floor that had the whole NBA world worried. Game 4 is Saturday night. But Game 2 of the NBA East Finals is tonight. Can Trae Young equal his performance, or will the Bucks come back? I will definitely be talking about the NBA basketball today. We got a couple of huge series in Major League Baseball and a no-hitter we're talking about. I will also be talking about NASCAR, IndyCar, to get you ready for a very busy weekend. And a good Friday afternoon to all of you watching here on Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here today on this Friday afternoon. We have a lot to talk about here in about the next half hour or so. And we're just going to jump right into it, and we're going to get ready to go with the show. And I am so ready to have some fun on this Friday afternoon. Last night, I watched Game 3 of the NBA West Finals, and it was well worth the talking about. Last night, the Los Angeles Clippers beat the Phoenix Suns 106-92. Paul George had 27 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal. Reggie Jackson, 23 points, only 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 steals in the game. Ivica Zubac, 15 points. He grabbed 16 rebounds last night, and he also had 1 assist, 2 steals, and 2 blocked shots. Terrence Mann, I don't call his name that often, but he had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. The Clippers won last night because they shot 45% from the floor. It doesn't sound like much, but they out-rebounded the Suns 51-43. But as for the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Chris Paul is back after the COVID protocol nightmare. He had 15 points, 2 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals. He had an off night in his return. DeAndre Ayton, 18 points, 19 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Mikal Bridges, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And Cameron Johnson, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. The Clippers won because they outshot the Suns all night. They shot 45.1% from the floor. And Paul George played a game-high 43 minutes in that game. And that was just unbelievable. But as for Chris Booker and Devin Paul, they were a combined 10 for 40 from the floor. And the team shot only 10 of 32 from beyond the arc. And that's only 31.3%. And to make matters worse for the Phoenix Suns, they only shot 38.9% from the floor for the game. And Jay Crowder only had 9 points, and he fouled out. And he was this close to getting a technical foul because he was taking his frustrations out on the officials. And there were technical fouls given last night. I don't know who they were. I should have wrote that information down. My bad. The Clippers had to have this game. This was literally a must-win situation for the Los Angeles Clippers. That's all there was to it. It was a must-win, and everybody knew it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Clippers are back into it, so are you thinking this? If you're the Phoenix Suns, are you thinking this right now? After what happened in Game 3 last night, it was incredible. The Clippers proved they are back. The Clippers, they're still down 2-1. They're still in a must-win situation. Game 4 will be Saturday night on ESPN. And I'm going to tell you right now, if this is any indication, Game 4 may just be as crazy. And Paul George, he's going to be the guy to turn to for the rest of this series. It's a 2-1 series lead for the Phoenix Suns. But if they want to win if the Suns want to win Game 4, Booker and Paul have got to do much better than they did last night. That was depressing. for all you Suns fans out there. Now, we had Game 3 of the NBA West Finals last night. Tonight, we are going to have Game 2 of the NBA East Finals tonight at 8:30 on TNT. But the Atlanta Hawks deserve some love. You know, I'm going to say this. The Hawks have all of a sudden become the road warriors of the NBA playoffs so far. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. But in the opening game last night, in the opening game on Wednesday night, it was unbelievable. Trae Young, 48 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal. John Collins, mark this name down. 23 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist. He was a monster. Kevin Huerter, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Clint Capella, 12 points, 19 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And the Atlanta Hawks are right now the team to beat in the NBA playoffs. I'm going to come right out and say it. After what I saw in Game 1, they could be the team to beat. But for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 34 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Drew Holiday. Giannis had 34, my bad. Drew Holiday, 33 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Chris Middleton, he had an off night for him. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And Bailey Portis, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. And that was it for him. It was the Clint Capella putback with 29.8 seconds left that gave the Hawks the win in Game 1. The Atlanta Hawks are 6-2 on the road. They have become the road warriors of the NBA East right now. I'm going to say this. Think about what the Hawks have done. They are 6-2 on the road. They sent the Knicks home packing in Madison Square Garden in the opening round. And then in a 7-game battle with the Philadelphia 76ers, the Hawks embarrassed the 76ers right off their home floor at the Wells Fargo Center. And that's not a fun place to play. You're seeing a Trae Young at his finest. A lot of people are saying, oh, this is rigged. No. Trae Young is playing his heart out. And that's all there is to it. And it's not just Trae Young, guys. It's John Collins, Clint Capella, Kevin Huerter's come out of nowhere. The Hawks have come back. Think back to March when the Hawks were 14-26 games under 500. They fired their head coach and they bring in they fired Lloyd Pierce as their head coach, and they have Nate McMillan as their interim head coach. I'm going to tell you this right now. Nate McMillan, they should name him head coach because think about it. McMillan, this is because he has taken this team to the finals, to the NBA East Finals. And I'm going to tell you this. Nate McMillan, they should take that interim tag off of him, name him head coach. Even if the Hawks don't make it to the finals, Nate McMillan should at least be considered for coach of the year. And I'm going to tell you, and you know what? It's time that we give the Atlanta Hawks some love. They deserved it. They knocked out the 76ers, the top seed in the NBA East playoffs. The Hawks sent them home. They beat the Knicks. They're 6-2 on the road so far in the playoffs. And also for Trae Young, he was 2 points off of his career high. Think about that. But I got to be fair on the other side of the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. It is their first home loss in the playoffs, and they are falling to 11-3 in their home building so far. Coach Mike Budenholzer said after that game, he said, our team was just slow on defense. And I'll tell you what, the Bucks sounded like this after an embarrassing loss. Game 2 of the NBA East Finals is tonight. And I'm going to tell you this. This is going to be a fun battle all the way to the end. I'm looking forward to it tonight. Game 2 tonight at 8:30 on TNT. Enjoy the game. It's going to be fun. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Before I get you to the two series in Major League Baseball, I've got some news. Last night, the Chicago Cubs pitched a combined no-hitter. It's the seventh no-hitter of the Major League Baseball season. Zach Davies and three relievers combined for the seventh no-hitter in 2021. And who fell victims to this no-hitter? Would you believe it was the reigning world champion Los Angeles Dodgers? They fell victim to the seventh no-no of the season. This is the most no-hitters ever before July 1st, and it's the tie for the most in a season since 1900. What is going on? Well, anyway, as far as the no-hitter goes, Zach Davies started it. He pitched 6 solid innings. He walked 5, but he struck out 4. Ryan Tepper came in. He pitched an inning and gave up a walk. Adam Chafin, he pitched an inning and gave up a walk. And then Charlie Kimbrell closed it out. By pitching an inning, he struck out 3. So, let's give some love to the Chicago Cubs pitching staff. That was a beautiful thing. When you see a no-hitter, let me ask you this. Is the no-hitter just becoming a hee-haw thing anymore? We've had 7 of them so far this season. Is it because the pitchers are putting substances and messing with the ball? Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred has actually given orders to umpires to check those balls to make sure that there's no cheating going on. Because a lot of hitters are saying, we're seeing some cheating. Well, Manfred, the direct from Commissioner Rob Manfred has been, if you see a pitcher messing with the ball and it comes back against them, it's a 10-game suspension. And that's the truth. But anyway, my congratulations to the Chicago Cubs for the accomplishment of the no-hitter. It's not an easy thing to do, but I'll tell you what, it was a wonderful thing to see last night. And it was a great night in Los Angeles. The Cubs did it on the road, and that's the weird thing. Think about that. All right. Now, let's move on to the special interest series. There's 2 of them this weekend. One of these series, of course, the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. They open the series tonight. Tonight's game is at 7 o'clock on the MLB Network. You have to check your local listings to see which game you have in your area. But anyway, the Yankees face the Red Sox. And tonight's matchup is an interesting one. Domingo Germain's going for the Yankees tonight. He has a 4-4 record with a 4.17 ERA and 63 strikeouts to his credit. And who will he be facing? Martin Perez. He has a 5-4 record with a 4.32 ERA and 57 Ks. The Saturday matchup. This one here is kind of got me thinking, this is going to be fun. Jordan Montgomery is going to be going for the Yankees. He has a 3-1 record with a 4.03 ERA and 75 Ks to his credit. Nathan Eovaldi. He will be going for the Red Sox. He has a 7-4 record with a 3.90 ERA and 78 strikeouts to his credit. And that's the Saturday night game on Fox. Then, on Sunday afternoon, on TBS, very funny. I shouldn't sound like that, but anyway. Sunday afternoon on TBS, it's going to be Garrett Cole with an 8-3 record and a 2.33 ERA, 123 strikeouts on the season for him. He will be facing Eduardo Rodriguez. This is going to be a blowout at Fenway. He has a 5-4 record with a 6.07 ERA and 85 strikeouts to his credit. The pitching matchups look really good, except for the last one on Sunday afternoon. That's the one that's got me the most concerned. I'm not going to lie. But the hitting has been tremendous too. Aaron Judge, he's hitting .286 right now with an on-base percentage of .384 with 16 home runs and 38 RBIs to his credit. DJ LeMahieu, what has he done? He has a .262 batting average with 6 home runs, 25 RBIs, and 74 hits to his credit. Gio Urshela, I'm going to give him some love this time. He has a 273 batting average with 9 home runs and 31 RBIs on the season. And if you think about this for a minute, if you crunch the numbers like I do, I look at numbers. I really do. You can see this is going to be an interesting matchup because the team batting average right now for the Yankees is .233, and the ERA is 3.61. That's the Yankee side of the ball. What about the Boston Red Sox? Well, they got 2 big power hitters, if you stop and think about it. Xander Bogaerts, right now, he's hitting .321. Yow. And with a .386 on-base percentage, he's a dominant force to be reckoned with. 13 home runs, 43 RBIs, and 84 hits to his credit this season. Give the Red Sox some love, and the Yankees a little up too. But he's also got support. Rafael Devers, he's hitting .280 right now. 18 home runs and 60 RBIs. JD Martinez, he's the other 300 batting average guy for the Red Sox. He has a .305 batting average with 14 home runs and 46 RBIs. And the team batting average for the Boston Red Sox is .257. Yow. But the team ERA, there's a kind of little bit of a trade-off. The team ERA for the Red Sox is 4.26. There's some concerns there. And we got Rodriguez going with he has a 6.07. The Sunday matchup, that's why I'm concerned. And that's the main reason right there. The Yankees and the Red Sox. The Yankees are slowly starting to crawl back into this race in the AL East. After a very slow start and after becoming the laughingstock of the league, are the Yankees back? Well, they are 6 games above 500. I'll give you that. But they're facing the Red Sox. And the Red Sox and the Yankees may find themselves in the middle of a division race in the AL East. The Tampa Bay Rays have a half-game lead over the Red Sox. I'll give you that. But this series is a big one. Nobody realizes it. If the Red Sox can get a sweep, that would really help Boston. But if the Yankees get a sweep or take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox, this will really change everything up. Because Boston because that may mean Tampa Bay may be the team to beat. And everybody knows it. So, that's the one special interest series. The AL East is tight, and it's tightening up. And if the Yankees get into it, look out. All right. The other special interest series I want to talk about is the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants. The A's are 2 games back of the Houston Astros in the American League West. The San Francisco Giants lead the National League West, and they're in a battle for the best record in baseball right now. But this weekend series is going to be a fun one. And here's why. If you take a look at the 2 teams in the American League West in the Battle of the Bay, this Battle of the Bay may mean a lot this time around. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. The Friday matchup at 9:45 tonight here on the East Coast, if you can get the game. Tonight's matchup is Sean Manaea. He has a 6-3 record with a 3.01 ERA and 89 strikeouts to his credit. And who will he be facing? Johnny Cueto. He has a 5-3 record with a 4.05 ERA and 47 strikeouts to his credit. The Saturday matchup, and this is the other game on Fox. I'm not sure. I don't think it's the other game on Fox. I'll have to double check. But anyway, on Saturday, Frankie Montes. He has a 7-7 record with a 4.79 ERA, but he does have 87 strikeouts to his credit. Who will he be facing? Alex Wood. He has a 6-3 record with a 4.09 ERA and 65 strikeouts to his credit. On Sunday afternoon, and this is a 4 o'clock game on Sunday, Cole Irvin will be going for the Oakland A's. He has a 5-7 record, but he does have a 3.98 ERA and 60 strikeouts to his credit. Who will he be facing? Sammy Long. He only has 1 start, and he has a 1-0 record with a 4.20 ERA and 16 strikeouts to his credit. Looking over these matchups, they're all pretty. These matchups look pretty good. I'm starting to like this weekend out on the West Coast. And if you think about the hitting right now, let's think about this for a minute. Matt Olson of the A's. Right now, he's hitting .302 with an on-base percentage of .383, and he has 20 home runs, 53 RBIs, and 78 hits to his credit. He gets all the love. But he's got support. Mark Hanna, 11 home runs, 33 RBIs, and a .255 batting average. And Ramon Laurinaro, give him some love. He's hitting .258 with 13 home runs and 28 RBIs. And if you stop and think about this for a minute, the team ERA for the team batting average for the Oakland A's is .238, and their team ERA is 3.96. That's what you need to know, and that's huge. Now for the San Francisco Giants in the hitting department. And what has happened this season? Well, let's see. Brandon Crawford's hitting .254 with a .343 on-base percentage, 16 home runs, and 49 RBIs. Buster Posey. Oh my, this is going to be an interesting one. He's hitting .322 right now with 12 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 58 hits on the season. Look out for him. And Mike Yastrzemski. That could be a huge name too. He's hitting .233 with 10 home runs and 27 RBIs. And on top of that, he has a .242 .240. And that's going to be fun. If you stop and think about the team batting average and the team ERA for the San Francisco Giants, you'll love it. Right now, the team batting average for the Giants is .242, and the team ERA is 3.22. Advantage, San Francisco, based on what I've seen so far. They got Buster Posey. He's hitting .322 right now, and that's a fact. And this is going to be an interesting series. I'm looking forward to it, and I think everybody knows why. And that's the truth of the matter on this day. All right. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, keep those coming. I'm going to be here for the next few minutes as I get you ready for the week, and we get you ready for our weekend kickoff. All right. Let's move on to NASCAR. The NASCAR Cup Series has a pair of races at Pocono this weekend, and that's going to be fun too. Race 1 will be Saturday at 3 o'clock on the NBC Sports Network. I'm looking forward to that one. Race 2 will be Sunday at 3:30 on the NBC Sports Network. This is going to be fun. 2 races, one Saturday, one Sunday. I'm starting to like these NASCAR doubleheaders, and I think this is what the fans want. What has happened in the NASCAR season? Kyle Larson's won 4 races, and that includes 3 in a row. Kyle Larson is going to go for 4 in a row on Saturday and possibly 5 in a row and get a sweep of Pocono. And if that happens, he's almost got the championship wrapped up. And nowadays, anymore, the way that Kyle Larson's been winning, you got to win a race. Now, if you want to get into the Cup playoffs, you got to win a race. You just can't worry about trying to get in on points. I don't think that's going to work for a while. And that's all there is to it. Kyle Larson's won 3 straight races. It started with the 600 at the end of May. And then he went on and he would go on to win it. He would go on to win at Sonoma. And then he banked $1 million at the Texas Motor Speedway in the All-Star event. Now, I know the All-Star race doesn't count. It's just for money. But still, a win's a win. And, of course, he won at Nashville last Sunday on the mile on the 3rd racetrack. What a weekend it was last weekend in Nashville. Now we got a pair of twin races. What will happen on Sunday afternoon? We'll have to wait and see on that. But the bottom line is, as we close out the month of June in the NASCAR world, and we go into July, things will start heating up real quick. And you guys are wondering about the NTT IndyCar Series. Now, the IndyCar Series was off this week. But they will be back in action on July 4th at Mid-Ohio. And that is a 12 noon start on NBC. Just real quick. Alex Palou won the race last Sunday at Road America after Simon Pagenaud's mechanical woes cost him a certain victory. The Penske team is winless this season. So right now, I think the Penske operation is thinking,
the House of Pain, the House of Pain.
There's been not much love given out to the Penske team. If you think about this, think about who's won races. We've had young guns win races. The only 2 vets who have won a race this season are Scott Dixon and Helio Castroneves. Now, Helio is not competing for the championship. That victory in Indianapolis, his 4th 500 win, was just a one-off ride. But for a small team. Well, I'll say this. The IndyCar battle, the battle for the championship is getting interesting and more interesting by the minute. We'll have to wait and see what happens this weekend. But I promise you this. It's going to be fun. And we're going to have a blast. In the NASCAR world, the IndyCars return on the 4th of July. And it'll be a 4th of July. There will be more 4th of July fireworks at Mid-Ohio than there will be anywhere else in this state. All right. There's something else I want to talk about. I want to go back to the NBA for a minute, and this is not related to the playoffs. Well, it is kind of. And I saw something the other day that said ratings in the NBA playoffs have skyrocketed since LeBron James has been and the Lakers have been eliminated. You know what? I'm glad to see that. Now, I don't like the Lakers. I used to have a lot of respect for LeBron James, but since he's had an attitude here lately, and it's making me sad. But I'll tell you what, when the Lakers went out first round to the Phoenix Suns, I thought it was funny, and I was on cloud, and I was happy to see that happen. With the Lakers now eliminated and LeBron not in the playoffs, ratings in the NBA playoffs have skyrocketed. And why is that? Well, it's for a number of reasons. We have new players, we have fresh blood, we have new players, a new blood, and a new breed. So the question is, who are people picking? I've asked that question. I took in an opinion poll. I asked around. Anyway, I should say. I asked around, and a lot of people have said ratings for the NBA playoffs have gone up because of no LeBron James. And I've asked people, why do you think the ratings are up besides LeBron? They said Trae Young, the Milwaukee Bucks, Devin Booker. I've heard people say Trae Young, Milwaukee Bucks, Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. We have new teams. Times have changed. And personally, I'm glad to see that happen. Times have changed in the NBA. It's not the usual suspects in the playoffs anymore. We have a new breed in the NBA. And that's all there is to it. And I've a lot of people that ask me, Scott, what's going on in the NBA playoffs this year? Is it just, are the old guys tiring out, or are we just having new blood? I said it's a combination of both. LeBron, when Anthony Davis got hurt in the first round against the Phoenix Suns, so he wasn't able to play, and when the Suns took the Lakers out in 6, I was thinking, we're going to have new world champions, and it's going to be somebody different. And I'll tell you right now, at the rate we're going, that's going to come to pass. Think about it. And everybody was saying, oh, it's going to be a Philadelphia-Brooklyn NBA East final. Wrong. It's the Hawks and the Bucks in the NBA East finals. Trae Young, if you stop and think about it, you got Trae Young, you got young guns who can get the job done. And I mean young, he's got support. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they got a team. The Phoenix Suns have Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. Excuse me. And the truth is, the NBA playoffs and the NBA landscape is changing. We got younger guns who can get the job done. But the old timers, they still have it they still got some in the gas tank. The ratings are up for the NBA playoffs. I've been watching since LeBron James and the Lakers have been eliminated. When they went out, I'm like, I'm going to enjoy this. And whoever wins it, I don't care. And honestly, I don't care who wins the NBA World Championship this year because it's a new breed. But I am going to watch the playoffs and I'm going to watch the NBA Finals just like anybody else. And that's the truth of the matter. And that's the bottom line. And those are my closing thoughts on this day. I want to thank all of you guys, and also too, be back here Sunday night at 11:30 for the weekend wrap-up show. As I leave you today, is the only way possible, with some music. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's been a great run. And I'll be back. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. And it's going to be a wonderful day. And all of you guys are a great group. So I leave you this day with the way we started the show, with the NBA. And so as the show ends on this day, I thank you guys for tuning in. Please join me Sunday night at 11:30 for the Sky Mania YouTube weekend wrap-up. And I'll be back here next Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time for the Sky Mania YouTube weekend kickoff show. And I will have snippet videos if I need to have them. So stay tuned for those. You guys have the great rest of your weekend. I'll be back here Sunday night for the Scott Manning YouTube Weekend Sports Kick wrap-up show. Thank you guys so much for being with me. You guys have a great day, and God bless. Goodbye, everybody, and I thank you.